I can't think of a better person to kick this off with than Colton from Mockingbird in New York City. Colton, what are you drinking with me today?
I am drinking a just a little spritzy thing. This is Lyre's Italian spritz with some tonic
It's got a gorgeous, gorgeous red hue there. What are you taking in when you smell it?
and a lot of bitter herbs and botanicals.
I'm loving that because I feel like you automatically say the word mocktail and people think sweet.
Oh yeah, this is not sweet.
No, and there's so much nuance to that, right?
There's a lot of complexity to it, a lot of bitter notes that you won't really see in old school mocktails.
So I think I've mentioned this to you before, but it's so fitting to have you because Mockingbird played such a huge part in my early development, creating the Elevated Bear. You had a drink called Spring in Kyoto, and it just blew my mind. And I was writing down notes about why is this drink good? How do I talk about it? What's going on with it? Why isn't there a system to evaluate drinks? In your bar, I created my VATS system. Visually, what does the drink look like? We eat and drink with our
hmm
eyes first. Aromatically, how does it smell? T, what's the taste progression? S is about sensation or the mouth feel. And I thought I was done, but then there was one more thing. That drink was so good. I was like, I got to tell people about this. And that added one more S, which is significance. What is it about the drink that makes me want to scream out loud, you got to try Spring in Kyoto? What was the aha moment for you?
I don't remember who told me this, but it just clicks that in New York, cocktail bars are just the extension of New Yorkers' living rooms. And I saw a lack of choices. At the same time, there was this whole industry of spirits that existed, and no one was really doing anything interesting with them. We just started playing around in the kitchen, using the NA spirits, taking techniques from like elevated mixology and applying that to NA, which hadn't really seen in New York or really anywhere that I've gone. So that was the inspiration behind Mockingbird.
Yeah, one of the things that I really love about your menu as well is that I'm not seeing analogs to cocktails. I'm seeing
Mhm.
brand new creations. Was that something that you went in with intention, or did that just kind of happen naturally?
That was definitely intentional. You have to connect with people. And I think that what makes NA so unique is that there's so many new products that kind of have their own flavor. They're not mimicking gin, tequila, rum, whiskey, that sort of thing. You have to take a different approach into developing recipes. You also have to be able to convey this to people because people maybe have never tried these. A lot of education
Mhm.
is what is
I
involved.
also really like how you explain things in a menu as well. I feel like there are times I'll open up an NA menu, it just looks like ingredient soup, and I don't understand what's the story, what journey are they taking me on?
We actually do both because we like to highlight the complexity and the work that goes behind making these drinks. So house-made syrups, cordials, that sort of thing we call out, but also how it actually tastes. And also recently we've been getting into functional drinks, so like how it makes you feel.
How would you describe Mockingbird to someone who's never been?
I would say it's definitely a community space. We've rebranded a bit from just being an NA bar to being something more inclusive, kind of like a third space. We see people come in for a drink, hang out, they bring their laptops, they'll bring a big group of people. We definitely have the space for that. We're definitely like a community space. We also host a lot of events. So myself and my other half are both queer. We do host a lot of queer forward events.
You're also quite handy because I noticed on Instagram you'll be like building bookshelves. How much is that a labor of love or like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, I just got to do this?
A lot of my friends joked that I opened the bar because I ran out of walls to paint in my apartment. That is a part of the job that I actually really do enjoy is the handiwork.
I also know that you're doing external events outside of Mockingbird. Are they coming to you and just be like, "Oh, can you make us like Shirley Temples?" Or are they coming and saying like, "No, we want something really elevated," or do they just not know what they want?
A little bit of everything. We had an event and they really wanted to create an elevated kind of speakeasy vibe. So they wanted to lean into the performative bartender stuff. We had another client that wanted, was very specific. They wanted Shirley Temple's cucumber lemonade, and then they also wanted a couple of other interesting drinks.
One of the things I also love about Mockingbird is your theatrical experience. Do you remember the perennial tonic?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, I remember when you brought that out to me, and all of a sudden there's this bubble on top of my drink that was rhubarb scented, and I'd never had a drink like that. Are you seeing that people, when they come to Mockingbird, are kind of like, oh my God, this is not what I thought it was going to be?
Yeah, yeah, 1,000%. We get a lot of compliments on presentation. On the point of the aromatic bubble, I don't like doing theatrical performances just for being theatrical. That aromatic bubble had a purpose. What you mentioned was your eyes drink first, and then you smell, right? Because you're lifting the glass up to your face. It's not just a bubble, it's an aromatic bubble. It's like your second impression of the drink. It's not just cool looking, and it's also adds complexity to the drink.
It's got a job.
Yeah.
Some cocktails don't need a garnish. I think all non-alcoholic beverages must have a garnish. 80% of what we taste is actually not taste, it's scent. Alcohol, its role in a drink is to help carry scent to your nose. You pull that away, that drink's just got to work harder to smell better. You want to find creative ways, slapping a garnish before you put it on the drink, and really thinking about that garnish at the beginning of a drink, not at the end. Oh, what should we
Hmm.
throw in it to make it look pretty? You saw a hole and you decided, I got to do something about it. What was that process like?
It was honestly, it was crazy. It's anyone opening anything in food and beverage, you have to be out of your mind. You have to be clinically insane. I wouldn't be doing this without my business partner. Big props to Evan. When we first opened, it's not where it is today. It's still pretty niche. So we were like, I don't know, we'll do it and we'll see. And we did it and people came. We were blown away. People are interested in these spaces. They are interested in experiences that don't involve alcohol.
What do you wish you were seeing in other spaces, particularly queer spaces? I feel like so much of our identity
Mhm.
revolves around the bar scene. Stonewall happened at a bar. The Sippin' at Julius's happened at a bar. What do you wish the other bars and restaurants that cater to our community be doing right now?
I mean, I think the obvious one is more inclusive options, and actually having it, if it's on the menu, like you should have all the ingredients.
So you started as a bar and now you have a kitchen. How did that
Mhm.
happen?
Um, Something that we learned is you need to have a substantial food program to survive. We started with brunch, and brunch has really taken off. So we decided to expand. Now we're serving actual dinner. It's so important to have a food program. Every day we're like adding to our kitchen or making improvements to that space.
Two more questions for you. Who is your beverage designer? Where do you come up with your ideas for drinks?
I am primarily responsible for coming up with the recipes. Evan has a background in molecular biology.
Oh, wow.
So if I ever have a sciencey question of like, hey, Evan, how do I do XYZ? He's like, I have the answer for you. Or he's like, I remember this from chemistry. Let me look it up. He's helped out a lot. I kind of draw inspiration from all over the place. You can't just throw a bunch of ingredients together.
Right.
You have to tell a story. The creative process is not linear, and those are the ones that have the best reception.
Spring in Kyoto. Like, it
Yeah.
made perfect sense to me, right? I was trying to Google it and I was having a hard time finding it because it's not on your menu right now because you're rotating things out. Do you have a schedule? Okay, this one's definitely coming back, or like, nope, it was a one-time thing. How do you manage that portfolio so that regulars know and then, but you're also bringing new things in to keep their taste buds engaged?
I really like to keep things fresh. I
Yeah.
don't like going to places and seeing the same menu that I saw 2 years ago. Use some creativity, try some new things, try new flavors. We carry over about half of our drinks to the next menu. We scrap half of it, we come up with new ones, or we'll reintroduce popular ones from previous menus. I think we're going to bring back Spring in Kyoto because it was featured in the new Women's Health mocktail playbook.
Glossed over that. So this is really important. Tell people what happened.
Yeah, Women's Health reached out about a year ago. And they're like, we love your space, what you're doing. We're creating this new a cocktail book. So please submit your recipes. Please submit up to three. We submitted three because why not just like do everything? I picked two of our drinks. We got the print copy a few weeks ago, and I'm like, this is amazing.
You can make money in this
Mhm.
industry. Are you going to be printing dollars? No, it doesn't work that way. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of community building. It's a lot of research. It's a
Mhm.
lot of passion. You have to be
Mhm.
passionate about this, otherwise this wouldn't work, right? You need to eat, sleep, drink, think, beverages all
Yes,
the time, right?
yes. Although running a business, I did this because I loved making cocktails. However, making cocktails is only 5%.
Hmm.
The other 95% is operating the business and making sure we can pay people, pay our bills. But that 5% is so fun, and that's why I do it. Our space is in Park Slope, Brooklyn, 7th Ave and 3rd Street. Come on by. We do mobile bartending events. You can basically have as much input as you want, like what drinks you want. We also sell some of the bottles that we have in our store that are available online.
You know, I'm a huge fan. Love y'all. I tell everyone about you. If you're in New York, go to Brooklyn because Brooklyn's awesome, but also Brooklyn's got Mockingbird. It's a great space. There's outdoor seating, there's indoor seating. The drinks are top notch. They are definitely ENAB worthy, elevated non-alcoholic beverage worthy, and they are an experience to have. If you are in Brooklyn and you're watching this, close the computer, shut your phone, get on a train, go to Park Slope, get a drink, snap a picture, tag the elevated bear, let me know what you had because I guarantee you will not be disappointed. Any last words, Colton?
Yeah, that means a lot. Something that, both Evan and myself put a lot of work into as, running a business. You have to be really passionate about it. I really appreciate you having me on your first episode of your show. Thanks again.
Cheers to you, Colton.
Cheers.